Hey Saggies, this is your reading for November 2020, or whenever you're watching this is when you're supposed to be watching it. And this is going to be your love reading. All right, let's dive right in. Okay, I'm using Colette Baron Reed's, hold on, I forgot the name of the deck. Wisdom of the Oracle. Okay, my dog Pappy is helping me. He's on my lap. He's very cute. Okay, I'm going to use Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle. I'm also going to use Revelations Tarot deck. So I've already pre-shuffled and meditated on your cards. And what I have for you guys, like your energy right now is I feel like you're questioning things. Like you're questioning your relationship. Or if you're not questioning your relationship, you're questioning the dynamics of your relationship. And that is going to be something that works for you in conjunction with maybe some new thoughts and changes that you're wanting to make. Because, hello, y'all are Saggies, so duh, you question everything. You guys want to know. You can't, don't explain something to a Sagittarius and you will drive them insane. Especially something that, like, is a social norm and they don't, if you can't tell them why they're having to do something, they're going to lose their mind. In your relationship, I'm getting this very, very, like mundane, but not mundane bad, like mundane good. You guys got the chop wood and the no place like home card for your past. And so to me, what I'm seeing is you guys are at the point in your relationship where, things are starting to get mundane, I guess. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like, there's the phases of a relationship, and the beginning phase is like hot and heavy and exciting and you're getting to know each other and it's amazing. But your recent past, I'm getting you guys have been settling in to like being together. It's comfortable, it's normal. It's not the, oh my gosh, or want to like make out, rip each other's clothes off. It's like, okay, we get off of work and don't watch the Netflix show without me. It's the pick up your socks from the floor. It's, oh, we have to juggle to, pick up the kids and make sure we have time to spend together. So it's getting to that point where everybody's more comfortable with each other. And there's beauty in that, there's trade-offs, of course, there's nothing like the beginning of a relationship. It's so great. But I really enjoy just that part where, where each other's like sock drawers are, and, things are starting to feel comfortable, and, you don't have to wear makeup all the time, and it's just the impressing phase is over. So, but it's good. And you're starting to like integrate your lives together, and okay, can you go get this? Can you run to the store after work? I'm really busy. I forgot to pay the cell phone bill type of like actions. But then I got the no place like home, and this is saying that you're really comfortable. You're really happy. It's not like, it's not rut energy. It is like settling in. It's long-term energy. It's like, okay, this isn't just a fling. This is something that has evolved into something steady and committed and, loyal and solid. So it's really good energy, and it's good, but it's not exciting. It's not an exciting energy. And then I'm also getting Two of Pentacles. And this is all about juggling. It's about making sure you're not giving all of your time over to the relationship. And a lot of times, like in the beginning of a relationship, we tend to spend all of our time with the person because it's so exciting, and we're just completely immersed in romantic relationships in America, which, that's a whole nother topic. Don't even get me started on things that are wrong with that. But anyways, especially women, we're just conditioned like our whole lives just to, be in a relationship that is like the defining thing of success for a lot of women. And we a lot of times give a lot of ourselves, even if it's not being asked. We do that. We give up a lot of pieces of ourselves for other people, and it's not their fault. It's not our fault. It's just, there's a lot of societal conditioning. So this is saying, you're at that stage where you're giving a lot, everything's feeling really good, but really, really be conscious not to like lose your entire self and all your being in this relationship. Make sure you take care of your friendships, and you continue to pursue your passions and keep things interesting and have some mystery. And I'm the worst one at doing this, so trust me, I understand. I'm telling you, it's a lot easier said than done. And Sagittarius says you guys have like huge hearts, and you guys are notoriously like you overgive in relationships, and there's good and bad to both of that, but you guys know who you are, and I know you guys have really had a rough 5 years. Saturn transiting Sagittarius starting in 2015 and then going to Capricorn. I mean, Sagittarius, I know you guys have had it rough. You've had it rough the last like 4 or 5 years. So having some stability has been really great. But I feel like your energy right now is like you're kind of questioning things like, well, this is great, and you're giving everything to the relationship like you always do. But I'm not sure if you're having some questions, like you're wanting to maybe, I don't know, I don't feel like you're questioning the relationship. I really don't. But I do feel like you're questioning some things in your life, and just the magnitude of things that you're wanting to change might just affect your relationship. Because I have the round and round card, which it's like, this is kind of the card of, are you starting to see patterns repeating, like cycles? Are you starting to see characteristics of yourself or in your partner that you've had in previous relationships that, you hoped that you wouldn't have again? Maybe it's your own issues. Maybe it's, you've attracted somebody that has patterns or issues that you no longer want, but for some reason you're continuing to attract that energy even though you thought you were over it. So this all right, now you guys are settled, you're in this relationship, it's kind of, the honeymoon period is worn off, and you're kind of asking questions about like, okay, am I ready for this? I don't want to get back into these old habits where I give everything away to this person, and then if things don't work out, I'm left with nothing, and I'm having to like grasp for who I am, and build myself up after a depression. And it's a lot when you give everything to a relationship. Again, I know not everyone's, I have my men too, but Sagittarius is always give. And a lot of times we give too much, and we don't make sure that we're receiving is what we need to get. So make sure you're really aware of that, because I do have the Ace of Pentacles, and this is a great card. I mean, it could be a windfall of money. Maybe you're considering a new job, or you're considering like a new skill, because this could just be like you're starting to do something new, or you should, because you're starting to see, okay, like I don't have a life outside of this person. So this is like a really good time to question things, like see, and even if you've started out in this relationship where like you have given a lot and they're not giving as much, even if it's not their fault, like if that's how you lead with the relationship, like that's just what you are doing for them. So if you feel that like your relationship is not balanced, it is always a good thing for you to take the person aside and say, hey, I just want to let you know, I feel like I've done this thing where I give a lot in my relationships, I lose myself, I completely focused on other person's happiness, and I really need to do that for me. So things might feel like they're changing, and it's not because I'm punishing you, it's just I'm realizing that I'm kind of starting to see these patterns that I have, and I'm doing it again, and I really want to like take the reins and pull myself back over the edge before I start making you my whole life, because I mean, they don't want that either. I mean, it's not a good dynamic. You have to take care of yourself. I mean, for one, that's hot, that's sexy, and You have to do it because you have to be whole in the relationship. And the person that you're with, if they love you, I mean, they're going to be like, okay, I get it. I understand. I mean, obviously, you want to be sensitive, but say, I just don't want to do that. I don't want to put that kind of responsibility on you to be like my everything. And I really need to start taking some more time for myself. And I don't want you to think that I'm punishing you, but I am starting to see these patterns, and I'm going to start kind of just investing a little bit more in myself and my own life. So we can have a happier relationship, because I mean, it's going to make your relationship a lot better as well, because you're going to be more solid. You're going to be investing more in yourself, loving yourself more, and that's attractive, and it's absolutely needed to be in a healthy relationship. So definitely don't feel bad. You will be making your relationship stronger by taking care of yourself. And I'm not saying like neglect the person you're with and be like, bye Felicia, but I mean, enroll in a class, start like carving out a day every single, or like 2 days a week, like one to go out with your friends and another to like invest in a hobby or a skill or do something good for yourself. And pleasure is different than self-care. Doing something good for yourself, like invest in yourself, read, take a class, better yourself. Don't get drunk and watch Netflix. I mean, not that that's not fun sometimes, but okay. So I feel like you're doing a lot of questioning, and your future energy is really cool. It's you get some change happening, which is awesome. I know that Saggies, you guys get pretty restless if you have to stay in a situation for too long. And again, that might be your pattern. Like, okay, things kind of start to get what is the word I'm looking for? I'm not trying to say solid or stable. It's like things start to get routine, which is great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with routine. Routine is actually really great most of the time. But I know that Saggies, when you guys start to hit that routine, that stride, it can start to feel monotonous, and you start to feel restless and kind of trapped. And sometimes you start self-sabotaging. So maybe that's the pattern you're becoming aware of. Because in your future, I have yang. So like yin yang. And so yang is the masculine form of the yin yang. It's action. It's the action step. So I feel like you guys are going to break out of this pattern. You are going to do something new, and you're ready to do it. You're ready to actually take action. And then that's a pen, right? Loved it. Anyways, moving on. I felt good about that. I have going the distance. So I do see this working out. I see that this relationship that you're in will stand the test of time. It is something that is solid, and it can, and I'm not saying that it's like going to be rainbows and butterflies, but this is a relationship that can stand the test of time. This is a relationship that can survive you saying, hey, I have got to put myself first. And it might be difficult, of course, all relationships are, but this is saying this person, I really do feel like this person cares a lot about you and is willing to do whatever they need to do, whatever concessions they may need to take in order to get you to a place where you are feeling good, you are feeling strong, and you're not giving into these old patterns, and you're taking care of yourself. I feel like they're going to really want that. But remember, open communication, I know that is difficult sometimes. So, and again, with the ace of taking some time for yourself, doing some things, scheduling some classes, go backpacking, take that pottery class, start learning guitar, plan a trip to New York with your friends. I mean, just do something cool, something that is interesting, that's exciting, because I have got some friggin' awesome cards for y'all. You have the Knight of Cups, and you have the Judgment card. So the Knight of Cups, to me, it's like, this is a lover card. This is like the person that's going to court you, and like they're so excited, and it's just the romantic card. It's the person coming to your house with flowers. This is just a lover. And this could be the person that you're in a relationship with, or this could be you. You could just be, in that place where you are just feeling great. You're like, you know what? I'm not going to give into these old patterns. I am going to start taking care of myself, doing other things, and I'm just going to love my life. I'm going to love the world. So, and for you Sagittarius, if you guys are single, you are going to be calling somebody in. So if you guys are in a couple, if you're with somebody, it's going to continue to be a good relationship. You're going to continue to have that loving relationship with your partner, or it could just be you having this new love, this new zest, this new love for life. And if you're single, I feel like something's coming in. So I feel like finally, Saggies, we're having some good news when it comes on the love front, because I know it's been rough. And the Judgment card is about like, it's like calling in your judgment. Like, you have good judgment. And I know that it's been so difficult the last few years for you guys that sometimes you're like, well, I used to think I had good judgment. I know, I feel that way. I'm like, I used to think I was the best judge of character, and now I'm like, no. I have just, my judgment has proven to just been shit the last few years. I'm like, I totally feel like I trust this person, they're different. And then I'm like, no. So, but this is saying, you have, even if you've been through some rough times, it's okay. Trust your judgment. You do have good judgment, but use your discernment, be judgmental. No, I mean, use your discernment. Don't just let anything into your life. I know that you guys there's been some people that have betrayed you in the past, but know that you are a good judge of character, and it's really not about being a good judge of character for other people. It's about trusting yourself, and trusting yourself that you're strong enough to let people go from your life if they're not treating you the way that you deserve. Because again, I know that sometimes you guys have such huge hearts and you tend to overgive in relationships. Sometimes you stay in relationships that are no longer working, or aren't being respectful, or you're not getting the reciprocation that you deserve, and you tolerate a lot from people that are not treating you the way that you deserve. And that is like most of the time it's just a betrayal to yourself, and it's just hard to trust yourself. But know that those times are coming to an end. They are closing out, and you can trust yourself, and you do deserve to be treated with love and kindness and respect. And if you're not getting that, I know sometimes it's hard, but you trust yourself that you can let those people go that need to leave your life if they can't feel lucky to be around you, because you deserve that. You really do. But we do have a couple of little tricksters that are getting in here. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. So normally Queen of Swords is like, she's quick, she's sharp. She's sharp with her tongue a lot of times. She can be seen as really cold, really detached. It's air sign. And a lot of times it's just, the queens are always emotional. They're always water. They always have like that Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, that nurturing. And of course, it's different with all the different signs. But because this is reversed, I feel like you do have a lot of emotions, but the Queen of Swords usually keeps that under lock and key. People do not know how much she's feeling, how sensitive that she really is. But when you're reversed, I feel like you are kind of, you don't have control over the emotions that normally you do. And, you might have somebody that's triggering you. And this is why I feel this way, because you also have the Five of Wands, and this is like bickering. This is bickering. It's fighting. It's not like if it's concerning like relationships or people at work. The Five of Wands is just having different opinions on things, just bickering and like picking at each other. It's not like big blowout, like defensive, war type of fights, but it is, it's enough to be noticeable. You are having some conflict with somebody. And so I feel like somebody is triggering you. I don't know if this is the person you're with, or this is somebody that you're going to meet, or if this is you. But I feel like regardless, somebody is causing you to lose your cool. Like, this is going to happen. Or you are triggering somebody else, and that might be the person you're in a relationship with, with these new changes. So, And that is very, 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 very possible that you go out, you're doing all this stuff for yourself, and then it starts to trigger their insecurities. But you have to know that that's what it is, because if you react instead of respond to their insecurities, it's not gonna go well. It's just not gonna work out. Like, you need to be able to understand where they're coming from. If your new behavior and your new job, or just your new look on things, is triggering any of their inadequacies or their insecurities, they're gonna lash out. They're gonna, like, it might even seem like they're just super different. Like, normally they might be calm and cool, but now you're like, hey, on Friday, go out with the girls, or, on Saturday, I go to the guitar lessons, and I like want to read my book, and then I just chill. They might see this as not this. They might see this as you trying to pull away from them, and it might start triggering their insecurities, and it might take your like normally very rational, logical partner and turn them into kind of a raging lunatic. And they're not, but I think you getting stronger might trigger some of their insecurities. So remember how it feels and try to be compassionate, try to be loving, and don't react to it. Just understand that's what it is and try to calm their fears. I mean, again, nobody needs to live with somebody that's so insecure you can't do anything. That's ridiculous. But, talk to them, let them know it's all good. You love them. This is something you're doing for you and your relationship, and they have nothing to worry about. And just try not to blow up. I mean, two people like reacting emotionally isn't gonna make the situation better. So, I mean, but I'm gonna wrap this up, but I want to pull a couple clarity cards at the bottom of the deck. You got all that glitters. And that is 16, 7, and that's a karmic debt number. So, that's a little bit of a pull. But okay. And this is a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. So, and then sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now's the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of the person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look at their inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of the fake and let the authentic shine. Okay, that's awesome. Kind of reiterated, but the bottom of the tarot deck is a little bit interesting. And I have the Five of Pentacles, which, everybody associates this card a lot of times with like loss and financial loss, being left out in the cold. But I think when this is in a love reading, it changes the meaning. It changes the meaning a lot. When it's in a love reading, I think this means somebody that will stick with you, somebody that will be with you in the ups and downs. Someone will be with you for richer or poor, better or worse. This is something that's not going to leave your side, even if shit hits the fan. So that's really awesome. But you got the death card right there. So you're going to have to go through some transformation. And it might be the transformation of your relationship, just into a different version of it for you taking care of yourself. Because I have the Five of Cups. Like, I feel like you might have a tendency, or your partner has a tendency, to focus on the past and the negative past. So you guys have a lot of fives. Fives are a lot of like internal change. So if you catch yourself or your partner focusing on the past and you're like, well, what about this? And well, remember when you did that? Really try not to do that, because that can destroy a relationship. And this is all about change and transformation. And you got to put the past behind you. And it's so easy to focus on the past and be sad about it, because it's, if you've been hurt or, you've experienced a lot of loss, which I know a lot of you have, it's hard to stop focusing on it, especially if you've entered a depression. So just be really aware. Like, you still have so much good stuff and you have so many opportunities in front of you, but if you're not fixating on them, if you're not focusing on them, you're not going to be able to attract them into your life. And then I have the Tower and the Lovers. I mean, these cards are crazy. It's like the Death, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, the Lovers, and the Tower. The Tower is about sudden, swift change. This is something that is going to change in your life. Maybe it's going to be a new job. Maybe it's this new dedication to what you want to do. Maybe it's a new vocation. Maybe it's a new way of looking at things, a new way of loving, just deciding that things are going to be different. So, and this is not always bad, but it is usually a very sudden upheaval, and it can seem very jarring, even if you're getting something that you really want and you've been wanting to have for a really long time. And say you're in a situation that hasn't been very positive and you've been wanting this new situation to happen that is you've been really excited about, and then you get this new situation, but it still feels weird. You still have to integrate that energy, and that still leaves you to have to change a lot. So like, if say you were single and you want to be in a relationship, yeah, like you've been longing for that, and say you have somebody that comes into your life, but then you have to change other things in your life. Like, you have to, you can't just come home whenever you want, or there's just a lot of things that go with being in a relationship that don't go with being single. And so it's not just getting a relationship, it's everything's going to change, like, to make room for this big change. And even if it's something, again, that you really want and you're excited about, integrating that new energy, even if it's good energy from not so good energy, can seem overwhelming, and it can push us back into our comfort zone. So be aware of that. Because I have the Lovers, and the Lovers is all about, loving yourself, investing in yourself a lot. I mean, again, it's a great card for partnership, but it's also a really good card for self-love. And this is about, that struggle between good and evil, that you saying no to the temptations, like, if you're being offered something instant gratification wise, you think, no, I'm going to have discipline. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be loyal in my relationship. I'm going to start taking care of myself. I'm going to put myself a priority. And it's so easy to just not do that, because self-care and doing things for yourself, that's challenging. That's hard. That's not easy and fun. I'm not talking about ordering Pizza Hut and like watching Gossip Girl. I'm talking about investing in yourself, like putting money down for like a really expensive class that you've been wanting to take because you're worth it. Going to buy a book, reaching out for some mentorship, finding new friends, investing in your new friendships. Because a lot of times people, when they're adults, it's just hard to make friends. I mean, I'm in my 30s and it's like, hi, oh my gosh, will you be my friend? Here's my phone number, will you call me? It's like worse than asking someone out. But anyways, keep an eye on that. Invest in yourself. This whole reading is about just putting yourself as a priority. If you are with somebody, I feel like this person is going to be flexible. They love you. Things are going to work out, but take action, explain what's going on, use your communication. If you're single, I feel like you're going to be in a new place. Like, no matter what, Sagittarius, you guys really, really have to be aware of your time, your money, your resources, your energy, and what you're giving that to, and making sure you're getting a return on investment that you deserve, and that you're prioritizing yourself, you're prioritizing your future and your relationship. You can prioritize yourself and do for yourself and still be responsible to the people you love. It absolutely exists together. And again, with all these new changes, make sure that you're being patient with the people in your life and you're explaining what's happening, because this could be triggering them. And be really careful to respond. Take care of yourself, prioritize yourself, put yourself first, and everything will come together. Your relationships, your money, your creativity, everything. Love you, Sagittarius. See you next month.